Did you know Disney's Snow White hides secrets older than the Queen's jealousy? From sneaky cameos to forbidden messages, this fairy tale is packed with Easter eggs you've never noticed. But here's a question for you. Which dwarf would you trust with a secret, Grumpy or Dopey? Drop your answer in the comments. We'll reveal the real most loyal dwarf later. Now let's count down the top 10 hidden Easter eggs in Snow White. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10, PG, hidden in Spellbook. Before Snow White hit theaters in 1937, Disney animators pulled off a sneaky stunt that slipped right past the censors. If you pause the film when the evil queen flips through her sinister spellbook, you'll spot two tiny letters, PG, scribbled next to a creepy skeleton. So, what's the story? Some insiders claim it stood for Production Guide, a wink at the studio's strict rule book. But others believe it was a sly dig at Hollywood's pre-code era when studios pushed boundaries with edgy content before strict censorship kicked in. Either way, this hidden gag proves Disney's artist had a rebellious streak, tucking cheeky secrets into even the most innocent scenes. Who knew a fairy tale could have such a mischievous backstory? Want more hidden Disney drama? Drop a comment, we've got plenty to spill. Number 9, cut 8th dwarf, Dopey. Believe it or not, Snow White's iconic crew of 7 dwarfs was almost 8. Early storyboards reveal a deleted character named Dopey, a hearing-impaired dwarf whose gags revolved around miscommunication. But Walt Disney himself axed the idea, worried it might come across as insensitive, way ahead of his time. While Dopey got cut, his legacy lived on. His oversized ears and sweet, bumbling personality directly inspired Dopey's lovable antics. And here's a wild callback. Decades later, eagle-eyed fans spotted Dopey's signature floppy hat as a background prop in Who Framed Roger Rabbit? A sneaky nod to Disney's scrapped OG dwarf. So here's the real question. Does Dopey deserve a second chance? Imagine a what if style Disney Plus short showing his untold story. Number 8, Cinderella Fountain reused. Here's a mind-blowing Disney connection you've probably missed. When Snow White leans over the wishing well singing, "I'm wishing," take a close look. That ornate stone well is identical to the fountain in Cinderella's castle courtyard. But here's the crazy part, Cinderella wouldn't be made for another 13 years. So how'd this happen? Turns out Disney's animators often reuse background designs to save time and money, a smart trick in those early hand-drawn days. But fans love to debate, was this an accidental recycling job or a secret Easter egg prophecy teasing Cinderella's future? Imagine Walt planting hidden breadcrumbs between films decades before Marvel made it cool. What do you think? Clever foreshadowing or budget-friendly recycling? Let's settle this in the comments. Number 7, first hidden Mickey. Hold onto your Mickey ears because we're uncovering Disney's first ever hidden Mickey, and it's not where you'd expect. During the dwarf's mining scene, watch closely as 3 sparkling diamonds perfectly align to form Mickey's iconic silhouette, head and round ears included. This wasn't just happy accident. Legend says Walt Disney himself insisted on adding this sneaky signature to mark his groundbreaking first animated feature. But here's where it gets really fun. Super Sleuth fans have discovered 2 more hidden Mickeys lurking in Snow White's cottage. One's cleverly disguised in the woodwork, another hidden among household objects. It's like Walt created the original "Where's Waldo" challenge. Think you can spot them? Pause right now and scan those scenes, then hit comment if you found all 3. The harder they are to find, the more magical they feel. That's classic Disney attention to detail for you. Number 6, the real-life inspiration for the Queen's castle. The evil queen's foreboding castle wasn't imagined. It's Spain's actual Alcázar de Segovia, a 12th century fortress with a chilling history as a royal prison and torture site. When Walt Disney visited in 1935, he immediately recognized its sinister potential. His animators meticulously recreated its towering turrets and gloomy corridors to craft the perfect villain's lair. The Alcazar's real-life dungeons and execution chambers directly inspired the Queen's menacing domain, making this one of Disney's most authentically evil architectural choices. While later films used prettier castles, this selection proves Walt understood the power of genuine historical darkness in storytelling. Number 5. Deleted skeleton kisses. Early storyboards for Snow White contained a truly nightmare-fuel sequence that never made the final cut. Imagine our princess awakening not to a prince's kiss, but to a chorus of skeletons kissing her. Walt Disney personally vetoed this macabre moment, deeming it far too terrifying for 1930s audiences. This chilling concept later morphed into the iconic, and still plenty scary, Forest of Eyes scene we know today. Recently surfaced production sketches revealed just how shockingly dark the original vision was, a stark reminder that Disney's first animated feature nearly ventured into full-blown horror territory. It makes you wonder, in today's age of creepypastas and viral horror trends, would modern kids actually embrace this bone-chilling alternate version? The original animators certainly weren't afraid to go there. Number 4. The secret Latin spell. The ominous Latin text in the Evil Queen's spellbook is actually complete nonsense. Disney's animators invented fake runes to dodge potential religious controversy. Despite being pure gibberish, dedicated fans have spent decades trying to decipher these markings, with some convinced they spell terrifying phrases like "death is your reward." The mystery deepens when you realize the exact same spell reappears verbatim in Sleeping Beauty over 2 decades later. This raises the ultimate Disney trivia question: was this a clever callback for sharp-eyed fans, or just the animation team reusing assets to save time? The truth may never be revealed, but it proves even Disney's mistakes can become fascinating pieces of film history that keep fans theorizing for generations. Number 3. Dopey almost talked. Can you imagine Dopey actually talking? Original plans gave him a squeaky Stan Laurel-style voice, but Walt Disney made a genius last-minute call. Silence was funnier. This brilliant pivot created one of animation's most beloved characters. While we'll never hear Dopey's unused lines, his wordless expressions and physical comedy became his trademark. It's fascinating to think how different the dwarf's dynamic would have been with a chatty Dopey trading jokes with Grumpy. Sometimes the best creative decisions come from cutting rather than adding, and in this case, Walt's instinct for simplicity created pure magic. Who knew silence could speak volumes? Number 2. The apple's dark Hollywood connection. That iconic poisoned apple hides a dark real-world connection. In the 1930s, women dangerously used arsenic-laced makeup to achieve the Queen's ghostly pallor, a toxic beauty standard Disney cleverly referenced. But the horror doesn't stop there. The apple's eerie glow was directly inspired by radium paint from watch factories, where workers famously suffered radiation poisoning. This transforms the Queen's temptation into a double metaphor, critiquing both vanity's dangers and industry's hidden costs. Who knew a fairy tale prop could pack such real historical horror? Walt's genius was weaving social commentary into deceptively simple storytelling. Number 1. Original ending, permanent death. Brace yourself for Disney's darkest what if. The original ending left Snow White permanently asleep. Early drafts had the prince never arriving, leaving our princess cursed forever in her glass coffin. Walt Disney personally intervened, fearing traumatized children and angry parents, demanding the happy ending we know today. Those rejected storyboards now gather dust in the Disney vault, ominously labeled too depressing. It's chilling to imagine theaters full of 1937 kids sobbing at this tragic finale. This reveals how close we came to history's most devastating fairy tale twist. Proof that Walt understood even fairy tales need hope. Some alternate endings are better left unseen. So guys, want more Disney secrets? Smash that like button. We'll expose Pinocchio's hidden horrors next. And remember, Grumpy's the most loyal dwarf. He protected Snow White first. But tell us, which Easter egg shocked you the most? Let's get 1,000 comments to unlock part 2. Subscribe and stay tuned, because fairy tales, they're never what they seem.